Okay, so our next example, we call this example 2, is a little bit more involved, and it's an engineering example. Excuse me. So we're looking at an engineering application here. So what we have is an equation to represent a simple pendulum. Period, t, or the time, equals 2 times pi, all multiplied with the square root of the length of the string divided by the gravitational constant. Okay, and what we want to do here is we're going to make L the subject. Okay, so our starting point for this is we want to get L onto one side of the equation, so we move everything else to the other side. So here we're going to move the 2 pi over. Now 2 pi is multiplying the whole equation here, so we need to do the opposite. It needs to divide the whole side of the other equation. So we go t all over 2 pi equals the square root of L over G. Now we want to get rid of that square root. It doesn't look too pretty. So to get rid of the square root, we must square both sides. So if we square, remember the whole side of this equation, you get square this equals, if you square square root, you'll just be left the same. Okay. Now if we expand out this bracket here, we will get t squared. We must square the top and the bottom because it's being squared the whole bracket. Square 2 is 4, square pi squared equals L over G. So that then will imply if we want to bring the G up, that will leave L on its own. So what will happen here, seeing that the G is being divided over here, we need to bring it up to multiply. So you get G times T squared all over 4 pi squared equals L. So now we've rearranged this formula to get it in terms of L, in terms of the length of the string, and we can work out what the length of the string is from that information. So if we were given the period, particular period, we could work out what length of a string would be needed to give that particular period. So that's kind of the usefulness of the equation, because we know what G is, gravitational constant, and we know what pi is, so we can work that out. Again, up here we can figure out for a particular length of a string, we can figure out what period it will give. So it's very useful being able to go forward and back between the formulas. So that's all for this one, and we'll look at a more involved one again, a little bit more advanced for our next question.